support or surveillance? Check your circle. Who you associate with matters. For a very long time, we've been told, for years, we've been told that, if somebody sticks with you during the tough times, that's who you're supposed to be with, that's your lifetime partners, lifetime friends, and all this other extra stuff. But what if I told you that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes people who stick by you when you're down want to see you down? Not everybody, of course. It's never everybody. Sometimes certain people mess it up for everybody. But yeah, it's not everybody. But what if I told you that it's either support or surveillance and you have to decide? That's why I said check your circle, because some people will stick around because you're down. Some people will stick around because you're down. They like to see you down. They like to see you struggling. Because anytime you start to elevate, they have a problem. They start having an attitude. They start to discourage you. They start to try to crack that joke. Y'all know the joke that's not really a joke, but they say it's a joke, but it's obviously not a joke. But yeah, I'm gonna give y'all an example. Imagine this person has been supportive, or you think they've been supportive, and since you've been down, they've been like, oh, it's gonna get better, it's going to get better, you just gotta believe, you just gotta have faith, and all this other extra stuff. Hold on. But then the minute you start to elevate, the minute you start to achieve your goals, they have an attitude. They start to crack little jokes. They start to put little in front of anything you accomplish. Oh, that little job. Oh, that little business. Oh, that little house you just purchased. Oh, that little, you just anything with little in it. Anything you achieve with little in it. Or imagine you wanted to achieve something, whether it's big or small, and you tell your loved one, your alleged loved one, that you want to achieve it, and they have a whole temper tantrum. You know how certain kids in stores have a temper tantrum when you tell them they can't get nothing, or at the house where you tell them they can't get nothing, they jump down on the floor, or either they just start stumping their feet. Imagine you tell someone in your circle that you achieved a goal, big or small, and they stump their feet and they be like, I can't believe this. And they do a whole 360, like, I can't believe this. Stump their feet. I wish I could illustrate it with y'all. One day I will. And they start to stomp their feet. They have a whole attitude. And let this be your morning motivation as you cook your breakfast or whatever the case may be, y'all. They start stomping their feet. They be like, I can't believe this. And then they realize that you see them doing what they're doing or having this temper tantrum, and they be like, oh, I'm sorry, and insert name here, whatever your name is. They say, oh, let's say your name Michael. You done told them you wanted to buy this truck, and you buy the truck, and then they come see it and they start stumping their feet. I can't believe you bought this truck. And then they see that you saw them. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, or whatever the case may be. Your mask has already came off. Your mask done came off. And like, that moment will teach you or have you on high alert. It will have you observing and just watching and being mindful of who is in your circle. Always be mindful of who is in your circle. Whether you've been long time friends, whether you've been long time friends with them, or they just popped up. Because society tells us, oh, y'all been friends for too long. Y'all been friends for too long. Y'all share the same blood. Or what is the other one? Life is short. Like, okay, you didn't know all of these things before. I feel like society finds more and more ways to victim blame. Y'all notice that? Like, any times, it's like, okay, let me give you an example. It's like, I'm gonna just say it like this instead of giving y'all an example. It's the fact that people will poke the bear and poke the bear, and then when the bear decides to poke back or fight back, then everybody like, oh, the bear is in the wrong. Is the bear in the wrong, or are you in the wrong for poking the bear? Like, it's like when people get on social media and they will pick with you, and or not just social media, they'll tell lies on you, and you decide that you want to tell the truth. People would say they would hee and ha ha and with somebody when they was telling lies, but the minute you decide to tell the truth and provide evidence, everybody got a problem with you. Oh no, you should turn the other cheek. You shouldn't do that and all this other stuff. But yeah, is it support or is it surveillance? You gotta be mindful of who you associate with. You gotta check your circle. Like, it can be support. I seen that quote. I don't know who was the first person to say it, but I seen it some years ago, and I was like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. I did not see it. I don't know if it was a quote or a meme or somebody just shared their testimony or what, but they said, is it support or is it surveillance? Like, because a lot of the time, for a long time, like I said when I opened this, a lot of the time people talk about, oh, the people who was there for you when you was down, those who you should associate with. That's not always the case. Some people stick around because you're down, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Some people stick around because you're down. The minute, anytime you start to elevate, they gotta crack a little joke. They gotta tell a little jokey joke. What Martin said, little jokey joke. They gotta tell a little jokey joke. They gotta put little in front of any of your accomplishments. They have temper tantrums. Those are just signs that you need to pay attention to or be mindful of or be aware of, because yeah, like you gotta be mindful of who you associate with, y'all. I can't remember if I even put the right thumbnail up there, but I'd fix it if not. But yeah, good morning, y'all. Have a great rest of the day. And let this be encouragement for you. Let it play as you cook your breakfast or whatever you may be doing on your way to work, on your way to school. But this is